Alright everybody, I'm gonna do, this is Bruce Rodriguez, the bee saver, doing a yard tour of my house bees. It's gonna be a long one. I got a lot of ground to cover here, but I'm gonna start with my spool colony because you're gonna hear me say over and over again, this one's from the spool, this one's from the spool, because this thing swarms regularly. And I box them up, and they make up a lot of my yard and a lot of other people's yards now too. But that's my spool. Been here so far for 2 years, and these are descendants of the spool already, who also swarm themselves and then become even more spool colonies. But well, this one I got flipped around, but there's 2 of them. And then this one over here I caught a couple of weeks ago. I just left it here till I can move it. It's also from the spool, which probably might swarm even while I'm making this video because they can't fit in there anymore. But there's that one. If you can keep count, let me know, because I keep trying to count and I forget how many I have. Oh, and I'll show off some of my cool plants too. I'm quite the gardener. This is a split off of my Limerick deep forest colony, which is another one of my favorite. Look at how dark those bees are. They're like steel black. And I still have the original mother about 4 hives down. And here's the colony I got in the city last year. Still blowing up. The little nuke from a small swarm a couple weeks ago. This is the colony, if anybody remembers, used to be in a cardboard swarm trap over winter. And they were originally put in there, but the original mother is in another colony. And that's my favorite queen and colony of all of them. She deserves a better hive than that, but I'll get it straightened out before winter time. When people come to graft, that's the one they come to get. 10 out of 11 of her daughters survived last winter, the worst winter I've ever experienced. And she's going into her 3rd this winter. And she's marked a unique color, so I know that's the same one. Here's some of my cool flowers. Got some sunflowers, some poppies that are all going to seed. This is the original queen that was in my cardboard swarm trap. Let me see, what are these? Oh, these are 2 of my favorite older queens that I keep in small boxes so I can really make sure that when they're getting ready to swarm, I do what I gotta do. This is a bunch of my lemon balm growing here. Catnip in the back. A little borage. This is just a swarm from down the road, which is probably my bees. It was about a 1/4 mile away. The one I was just saying is my favorite queen ever. That's one of her daughters. Another one. These are all from her. All overwintered, and I pulled nukes out of them for other people. See how that says on my little tag, Limerick 2. That's just so I know it's directly off of that. My favorite queen. I'll get to those in a minute. This purple stuff is, the purple leaf stuff is perilla. It's a weed, but the bees go nuts when it blooms. It's going to bloom in a couple weeks. In the middle is some cat mint. Okay, coming into my little lean-to. This little blue one is what I call my little mystery queen colony, because I did a cutout deep in the woods. I didn't get any of the bees. I didn't get a queen. All I got was a piece of comb with some eggs in it, because it was up way too high. And they sprayed the bees. They made them abscond. So all I got was a piece of comb with eggs. Stuck it in this queenless nuke, and they raised actually 2 queens, but I have the other queen in another box. Gotta love that lid, but it's not gonna get rained on. Who's that one from? Oh, from the spool. Daughter of the spool colony. There's my long hive. Here's another one from the spool. They were a very tiny swarm, about the size of a grapefruit, maybe 2 months ago. Now they're completely packed out of those boxes, so I'm gonna have to do something maybe, or just let them swarm. I'll catch them. There's my top bar. It doesn't have any bees in it. Some more lemon balm, some bee balm. Two daughters of one of my other favorite queens from the woods. Some more sunflowers getting tall. My swarm TP. We'll go down this row. This is the one that I just cut out of a tree maybe 10 or 12 days ago. This was a cutout I did early and had to split them into this little one, because they're just ridiculous. They just blew those boxes right out. There's that swarm of a video I made the other day where I got them to come down from all the way up there with the mated queen on my chair, when I almost ate that bee, to Angela Tollerson's delight. Some daughters of my favorite forest limerick bee. These two came out of a tree that I've been following for about 3 years. 2 different trees. I said we'd get back to these, but this one, as you can see, Spool 3, 2019. One of her granddaughters. This one from another tree. This was a swarm trap capture. There's one of my favorite queens from a couple years ago. And this setup here has the original queen that was with the spool the year I got it 2 years ago. See? Spool 2017, and she's marked orange. Some more of my plants. Just basically catnip and some datura and some garden sage. Oh, it's over here. Oh, some sunchokes, poppies. Gonna have a lot of poppy seeds. Some mountain mint. Japanese beetles are loving it. Some more catnip, perilla. Over here I have oregano going to flower. It's ugly as sin, but the bees love it, just like me. Let's see. Over here, more perilla everywhere. That stuff started with one plant 2 years ago. And all this white flowering stuff is radishes that went to flower. And there's bees like it. Okay. Oh, let's go up to the top. Okay, this was a swarm I got at a junkyard last year. Split them a couple times. I'm not totally impressed with them, but hey, let's see what they do. One of my logs, no bees in it. Oh, this one here with the green stripes on it is a really mean colony. I try to never go in there unless I absolutely have to. I just kind of let them swarm and catch it. Next to them is from a colony from Rodale that I got from Michael Schmaling, a queen he gave me. They're killing it. This was a colony that swarmed out of the spool last year and then swarmed itself 3 times this year, so I don't know how many colonies are from that spool now. Oh no. Sorry, I'm getting attacked here. Okay, which one was that? I'm trying to think. I don't know. It doesn't matter. That's a good colony there. I love those. That one never gets a drop of sunlight. Ever. It's queen going into its 3rd year. Another spool colony. Original Boyertown tree colony. There's a split off of that one back there. I'm moving this right along because I'm getting tagged all over the place. This is that 2nd queen from that mystery queen queen rearing experiment that I did. I didn't find her yesterday, so I'm gonna have to check again. She could have been out flying. And then finally, oh, this was weird. I found an extra queen sitting on a box, so the colony that was originally here, I just moved it like 50 yards away. Stuck the queen in an empty box and sat it here. And all the foragers have already pulled out 8 frames and she's laying. So that was just a forager split. Oh, I forgot about these 2 over here. Oh my god, 13 minutes I've been yakking already. Holy moly. But these 2 are they were small swarms from one of the spool's granddaughters. And we got a little time to build them up a little bit before winter. And that's about it. Alrighty.